that our 3 days is really jam-packed. Okay, truly, our 3-day convention is really jam-packed, and slots are still open. And if you still have friends, physical education friends, graduating BPED students, and etc., that still want to experience this once in a lifetime experience. Kasi syempre next year iba na naman na may experience nyo. Pero this year we are really preparing everything for you, that para maging fruitful, productive, fun, at maging meaningful ang inyong kauna-unahang face-to-face na National Physical Education Teachers Convention. Also, I would like to remind everyone that our convention is accredited to 8 CPD units. So aside na madami kang matututunan na sports, na dance, at kung ano-ano pa dito sa ating convention, meron ka pa 8 units na pwede mong gamitin para sa ating continuing professional development units sa PRC. Oh my God. Yan. Siyempre, para sa mga katulad ko nasa DepEd, sobrang laking puntos po nito sa ranking. Tama po ba? Ayan, natin sana mga kasamahan natin sa DepEd. And also, kahit naman sa mga private institutions, of course, palaging tinitingnan if you are really doing your best, aside from teaching excellently in your institution, ikaw ba ay patuloy na nag-aaral at lalong tinatasahan ang lapis ng inyong kagalingan sa ating asignaturang edukasyong katawan. Ayan. It's because kaya kami dito sa 1PhysEd, sobrang motivated kami to really prepare so much, kasi you are giving us so much energy and so much motivation na talagang interested kayo na matuto, at gustong-gusto niyo na talagang makasalamuha ang iba pa nating mga kasamahan sa physical education world or physical education industry. Because it's our pleasure to serve the Philippine PhysEd community by providing professional development training. Imagine, we have reached our 98th episode. Isipin nyo, malapit na tayo mag-celebrate ng 100th episode. Okay, so nasa 98 na tayo, 2 episodes more, at nakabuo na ang 1PhysEd.Ph ng 100th episode. Daig pa natin yung mga American TV shows. Baka madaig pa natin ang probinsyano nito. Yes, this can only be possible with the continuous support of this community to get relevant and meaningful professional development training. Sundays and Saturday trainings become more exciting for us because we know that this kind of program can make a difference as we continue facing the challenges of our profession. You heard it right. 1PhysEd.Ph is a professional learning community. We're not just a professional learning provider, but we are a community. That's why we believe that you can also be one of our guests who can conquer the stage of 1PhysEd.Ph to inspire our fellow teachers. That's why we are inviting you to reach us and be one of our speakers here in 1PhysEd.Ph. For further information, you can message us on Facebook or message Coach JR or anyone from the 1PhysEd.Ph team. At this juncture, we welcome all our participants for this afternoon. Ayan, let's start muna tingnan ang ating mga kasamahan mula sa ating Zoom. Ayan, sa Zoom muna tayo tumingin kasi naglo-load pa ang aking YouTube. Ayan. Tayo ay tumingin muna sa ating Zoom. Ayan. From our Zoom, we have 34 participants from our Zoom. Can I have some reactions there, like clap reactions, heart reactions from our Zoom participants? Ayan. Yan, very good, very good. Palakpakan natin ang mga sarili natin sa mga early birds. Yes, wala pang December 1 to 3, pero uhon-uhon makasalamuha, makasamahan natin dito, di ba? Okay, tingnan natin kung saan sila nagmula. We have Sir Dominic from National University, Baliwag. Hello po. Ayan. We have from Miss May Pasaporte from Bautista from SDO Bacolod. Hello po. And then we have Miss Chandrella De Vera from San Jose del Monte National High School. We have Miss Marites Lopez from SDO Pangasinan. Hello po sa mga taga-DepEd. Syempre ang ating napaka-dynamic at VIP napaka-loyal na Sir Julie Baro from Catubig Valley National High School, Northern Samar. Miss Sonia from Colegio de San Agustin, Binyan, Laguna. Miss Venus from Northern Samar. We have Miss Maria Consuelo from Training Center School 1 from Bacolod City. Sir Danilo from Notre Dame of Midsayap College, Cotabato Province. Hello po. Ayan, galing pa Mindanao si Sir Danilo. We also have Miss Zaira. Hello po. Miss Ants. Ayan, and from Sir Reynald from Cagayan State University. Well, Miss Ariela from Urdaneta City, Miss Zaira Abuke from Northern Samar Division, Miss Jenny Rose from La Union. Hello po, kamusta naman po ang waves dyan? Yes. Miss Twinkle from Holy Name University, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. We have Sir Lito A. Dulfo Jr. from San Isidro National High School, Northern Samar. Miss Angelica from and Ron Hilario from Davao City. Ayan. We have also Sir Jeffrey Moral from Camarines Norte and Sir JP from Holy Rosary Academy of Sipalay City. Hello sa inyo lahat dyan. Tayo naman tingnan po natin ang ating mga kasamahan na nasa YouTube. Ayan. Medyo hindi pa masyado natin nakikita ang mga kasamahan natin sa YouTube kasi ngayon pa lang ata sila nagla-login. Ayan. Maya-maya balikan natin sila para makita natin kung gaano din sila ka-excited para sa ating National Teachers Convention. Hello po from Miss Hannah from the City of Pines. Wow, dyan po tayo pupunta. Miss Hannah, nakahanda na ba mga strawberry dyan at mga Inanda mo na ba mga strawberry dyan, strawberry jam at mga strawberry taho natin dyan? Yes. Pakisabihan na po lahat ng mga magtataho dyan at mga nagtitinda dyan ng mga na marami pong pupunta ng December 1 to 3 at humanda na po sila. Ayan. So, syempre, hindi ko na patatagalin because this is, we have a very exciting topic for today. And ako, excited ako kasi first time ko, nababasa ko na siya sa mga iba-ibang articles and sa mga iba-ibang news, pero nadadaanan ko siya sa mga sinishare din ng 1PhysEd sa atin, pero hindi ko pa talaga naririnig kung ano ba talaga itong bagong sport na ito. Ayan, syempre, alam ko na kayo din ay very interested na rin. At syempre, hindi ko na patatagalin. I will read the bio note first of our speaker for today. He is a former private school teacher in Lourdes School of Mandaluyong. In a span of 3 years, he established a touch rugby grassroots program, which started as an extracurricular club, transformed into an official varsity of the school. Wow! And even competed in an international tournament in Singapore just before the pandemic. Wow, grabe. Represented the country in Touch Rugby World Cup 2019 in Malaysia as the only Filipino-based locally trained talent to be part of the men's open team. Wow, grabe talaga to. Without further ado, let's all welcome our guest speaker for today and one of our dynamic and very exciting speakers for the National Physical Education Teachers Convention, Coach Cholo Majabague. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Ayan,
Coach Cholo.
Good afternoon, John Gek. Good afternoon, 1PhysEd participants. Itong mga nandito sa ating Zoom ngayon and yung mga nanonood sa YouTube. Good afternoon. Mag-roll call sana ako kaso nagawa mo na.
yes.
Pero okay naman yun. Okay sa atin yun. Diba? Gusto natin, unang-una sa lahat, pasalamatan yung mga nandito spending their Sunday afternoon with us. Diba? Sunday ngayon, pero they're here with us, busy learning and eager to be part of this growing community. So,
busy. Coach Cholo, may tanong lang ako before you deliver your talk. Bilang buena mano ng convention natin, yes, siyempre ikaw ang buena mano. Ikaw ang buena manong speaker sa buong convention. Ikaw, na-online ka pa. Can you just share a little bit, bakit mo pinush na magkaroon muna tayo ng like preliminary webinar before proceeding to Baguio this December 1 to 3 para malaman lang nila bakit ang aga mo magbigay. Sobrang generous nyo naman.
Kasi pag PE yung activity or PE yung tinuturo mo, mahalaga yung activity talaga. Mahalagang gawin ng participant yung sport, yung skill set or yung skill na tinuturo natin. And given 1.5 hours wouldn't be enough para ituro yung rules, kung ano ba yung sport na to, bakit ba siya magandang ituro sa schools, and then ipagawa yung mga physical activities, yung mga activities. So, coordinating with Coach JR, di ba? Parang naisip namin na magandang magkaroon ng pre-convention activity to teach what the sport is about, how to play the sport. Para pagdating natin sa Baguio, it's all just fun and games. Siguro pasada na lang of the rules, review, pero yung activity, mas doon natin ma-focus. Kasi mas madaling matutunan kapag ginagawa, di ba? Yun yung ano natin sa PE, learning by doing. So yun yung gusto nating magawa pagdating natin sa Baguio.
Yes, thank you. Also, I will leave you muna. Balik tayo later after your talk. The floor is yours, Coach.
Okay. So again, maraming salamat. Siguro, aside dun sa pagbanggit ng school nyo, I would love to know kung ano yung sport na tinuturo nyo. Siguro sa chat, sa group chat, sa chat natin, sa chat box, please type in which sport are you teaching? Right? Para sa mga hindi pa nakakapagpakilala at hindi pa na-shoutoutan, di ba? This is your time to shine. Right? So meron tayo swimming. If you are participant watching sa YouTube, yan, pwede nyo ring ilagay doon sa comment box. Yan, swimming, volleyball, ay, may badminton. Meron tayong 43 participants, meron palang 40 answers. So inaasahan natin mga 40 plus to, more or less 30 plus. Para makita natin kung ano yung mga sports na tinuturo nyo. Ay, wala na. Wala nang sasagot. Merong Arnis, athletics and ball games. Okay. Ayan. Okay, so diba? I think marami, iba't iba yung sport. Very rare or very few yung talagang focus lang sa isang activity, sa isang sport. Most of the time, marami tayong tinuturong sport. So what better way to add to your sports to teach arsenal, di ba? Kung hindi matuto ng bago pang sport, which is for today, that would be touch rugby, touch football, or simply touch. So let me share my screen. Ayan. So you can now see my screen. So for today, I'll be teaching you, or I'll be sharing with you, teaching touch rugby for teachers. Right? Our goal objectives for this afternoon is I'll be sharing why teach touch. Bakit ba ito magandang ituro? Advantages of adding touch to your PE program. How is touch played? Of course, kailangan nyo matutunan or kailangan nyo malaman paano nga ba nilalaro yung touch rugby or touch. And paano ba siya magandang ituro? These are few suggestions on how to handle the PE class or a touch PE class. And of course, I would love to share as well, ano ba yung goal ng Touch Association Pilipinas, the national organization of touch here in the Philippines. So, right, and before that, I know napakilala na ako, but just to share again, I'm Carl Christian Majabague, or Coach Cholo for short. Excited to meet all of you by December in Baguio. Again, currently, I'm the Player and Coaches Development Officer of the organization, or Touch Association Pilipinas, wherein currently as well, I'm leading the training for the national development team. As I've mentioned, I'm previously a teacher in Lourdes School of Mandaluyong, kung saan I put an initiative to introducing the sport, which I'm playing and which I am very passionate about. It started as an extracurricular activity, and by joining few tournaments, the school recognized us to become a varsity program, and after which, before the pandemic, we were able to fly out. Our students were able to fly out to Singapore to play an international tournament, right? And as mentioned, and aside from playing locally, I'm also playing internationally in the highest level that I played was in World Cup last 2019, held in Malaysia as the only representative or only homegrown representative from the Philippines. And simulan natin. So why teach touch, right? Advantages of adding touch to your PE program. I prepared a very short activity. So if you're currently on your device, maybe go to your browser and go to www.menti.com and use the code 63251688. Again, go to www.menti.com and use the code 63251688. Okay? Wait lang. Again, go to www.menti.com and use the code 63251688. Okay? And you will be prompted to a question, how is your current PE program? So in terms of the sport you are teaching, is it good or great? If it's great, bakit? If it's good, how can we make it better? Okay? Just type in your answer, write the sport that you're teaching again, or just describe it if it's good or great, and why. If it's great, why? If it's good, how can we make it better? Okay? So sagot lang kayo, lalabas yung mga answers nyo dyan. Again, go to www.menti.com and type in 6325 1688. And so good, more opportunities for students to play sports outside school. Nice. Great, may players are improving the sport that we love. Perfect, yan yung goal talaga natin. Ng kahit anong teacher, di ba, yung matutunan at gumaling pa yung mga players natin. Then sa PE kailangan natin mas maging participative, mas maging live, di ba? Again, go to www.menti.com. I'm sure may internet kayo kasi nandito kayo sa Zoom or nasa YouTube kayo, di ba? So I'm sure you have access to the internet. Okay? Ayan. Sige, hintayin pa natin siguro mga 2-3 minutes para makapaglagay pa yung iba. Baka pinag-iisipan pa nila kung ano yung ita-type in nila. Ayan, great. Displays how hard work pays. Great, expanding to up-and-coming sport. Ayan. Of course, napakaganda ng integration to the Philippine history and Philippine culture, diba, by teaching our niece. If you are in YouTube and watching this, not live anymore, maybe think of it. Kung kamusta ba yung PE program ninyo, diba? Is it good? Is it great? And if it's great, again, why? If it's good, how can we make it better? Okay? And receive a feedback from one of my students. PE is like a stress reliever course for them. Okay. Wala na talaga? 1 minute more? Baka may sasagot pa? May dumagdag pa sa ating mga answers? Alright. So 8 out of 40? 43 lang yung nakasagot. Sad naman. Are you really there? Baka naka-log in lang kayo. Maganda na mag-participate tayo and we highly encourage you participating. Ayan. So may sumasagot sa ating chat box. Again, great. Although we don't have a wide playing field, players at least can still acquire knowledge and skills needed in playing. Right. Perfect. Okay. So I have another follow-up question. Ayan. Diba? What makes a good sport to teach? Or kung dance sport, diba? Ayan, one-word description of a good sport to teach. Ano ba yung mga katangian ng sport para maganda siyang ilagay sa PE program? Right? Ay, ano ba yung magandang mga quality ng isang sport para ituro siya to our students? So, one-word answer can also have siguro at most 3-word phrase. Right? And tap nyo lang yung next question. If you haven't put in, again, go to www.menti.com and then type in the code that you see in our screen. Itong nasa upper part ng screen natin. So type in lang kayo ng sagot, then submit your answer. Engaging. And try nyo lagay dun sa www.menti.com and use code 63251688. Okay. Okay lang yan na mamiss nyo ako sandali. Yeah. So, it's a good sport that is engaging, promotes camaraderie and sportsmanship. Ano pa? Okay. Nagpo-promote ng physical fitness, health. So, mas malaki yung word, probably. Yun yung mas maraming nagsulat ng sagot. Okay. Value-driven. Handball, table tennis, volleyball, so sinulti sport. Okay. Again, ano yung mga can teach values which can be applied in real life situation. Promotes teamwork. Collaborative. Yeah. Just a little bit more. Baka may sasagot pa. Ayan. So it's adjusting, yung word cloud natin is adjusting. Mas malaki, ibig sabihin, mas maraming times na sinubmit yung word na yun. So I guess, very important is the sport that is promoting sportsmanship and camaraderie. The sport that is engaging. So yan yung mga prominent words yung madalas na isa-submit. Okay. So those are the words. Yun yung hinahanap natin sa isang P program, right? But, tignan nyo na ba? Ulit tayo. So our slides. We're back with our slides. Hopefully. Good. So again, so why teach touch? These are some of the description of touch kung bakit maganda siyang i-add to your PE program. Why we are promoting this. And these are also the points that I use para ipaglaban siya dun sa school ko, sa Learner School of Mandaluyong, para ituro siya dun sa school. Right? This sport requires minimum skill level, diba? Very few skill or mababang skill level lang yung kailangan, and it will develop. Right? Running with the ball, passing the ball, catching the ball. It's very easy to teach in a sense that it has few rules na kailangan maintindihan ng students natin to be able to play the sport. And it requires minimal equipment. Only requires a ball, few cones, markers, and a space to play. Right? Balikan ko ulit mamaya yung mga reasons why to teach touch after siguro ng rules natin. Right? It's easy to modify. The game was still makes sense even if we modify the size of the field, number of players, etc. Nakita ko kanina dun sa group chat that many of our participants, ang challenge is that we lack space. And with this kind of sport, with minimal space, it can happen. Of course, mas maganda pa rin na may space, diba? Pero with minimal sport, we can adjust and we can adapt the sport. Okay? And it's open substitution, meaning player can go in and out, play without any stoppage of the game. Unlike, say, the usual sports such as basketball, volleyball, or football, di ba? Yun yung madalas na tinuturong sport in P programs, right? Bago makapasok yung isang player, kailangan may stoppage mo ng game. Kailangan either may timeout, may violation, wherein kailangan lumabas yung players and pumasok. And kailangan nakinto yung laro bago makapasok or makalabas yung player. But with touch, continuous use substitution and unlimited use substitution. So it makes the game very inclusive, right? And everyone can play the game. Everyone can easily have a role in the game. Maybe you can relate to me when we teach a sport kung saan meron ng talagang magagaling doon sa sport na yung hindi ganun kagaling is very challenged na sumali. Right? But with this sport, even the skill is different or mataas man yung skill level and madali silang makasali at masaya pa rin yung laro for them. It can still be fun. Unlike kapag malaki yung disparity ng skill level. And also, since it's a new sport, everyone is starting from zero, which ups yung fun for those na madalas kapag traditional yung sport, hindi na-enjoy laro kasi hindi sila magaling at nahiya silang sumali. Right? So, because it's a new sport, mas madaling sumali yung mga or mas kaya siyang i-push to our students kahit hindi pa sila ganun kagaling kasi everyone is starting, everyone is new, right? And this sport can be very inclusive to our players. Right? So these are a few reasons why to teach touch. And again, mabalik ako to after ng rules. And ayan. Okay. So how is touch played? Basic rules of the game. So para mas maintindihan natin, ano ba itong touch? Pakita ko na kung bakit siya magandang idagdag sa PE program pero hindi pa naman naiintindihan kung paano siya laruin. Okay, so this is very school oriented. That's also how I try to teach my students when we talk about the rules. So I will be playing a video. Please take down the notes or take down notes about the rules. Itong dalawang video na to that you can easily find in YouTube as well explains easily yung mga rules of the game. So I'll be playing this 2-minute video and hopefully you can take down notes kung ano ba yung mga rules and then we will go through it one by one after. Okay, so in class, napakadali nito na it also helps your students to learn. Ayan. So stop share muna ulit tayo para ma-adjust ko. Also additional, di ba, pag ginagawa natin to sa class natin, it also helps them learn how to actively listen and develop yung skill ng pag-take down ng notes. So as teachers, I'm sure kayang-kaya rin natin itong gawin. Okay, so let me play this video. Again, it's 2 minutes.
Touch football is a simple sport that everyone can play. Social touch is all about having fun. You can play in women's, men's, mixed teams, or juniors. There are 6 players for each team on the field at a time, but you can have up to 14 people on a team, and there are unlimited substitutions. The aim is for your team to run with the ball towards the try line, attempting to avoid getting touched by anyone from the opposing team. The person with the ball can only pass backwards, so when one of your teammates has the ball, try to be behind them so they can pass back to you. If you've got the ball and get touched by someone from the opposing team, you have to put the ball on the ground and step forward over it. While this is happening, the defending team that made the touch has to get back 5 meters to where the referee is before they can make another touch. If you're the teammate who picks up the ball from the ground after the touch, you're the dummy half. The dummy half should usually pass the ball to another teammate as soon as they pick it up because they're not allowed to score, and because if the dummy half gets touched with the ball, it's a changeover. A changeover means the ball has to be handed over to the other team, and your team is no longer attacking, you're now defending. Your team can only get touched a total of 6 times. After the 6th touch, there's a changeover. There's also a changeover if the ball hits the ground instead of someone catching it. The referee may call a penalty if an error is made, such as passing the ball after you've already been touched. It's okay to be penalised. It just means that the defending team needs to retreat 10 metres and the opposition gets to start a new set of 6 touches with a tap from where the referee indicates. To score, all you need to do is run across the try line and put the ball down on the ground while holding it before getting touched. When you score, it's called a try. 1 try is worth 1 point. So let's review the rules. You can only pass backwards. If you get touched with the ball, you have to put the ball on the ground and step over it. The person who collects the ball, the dummy half, should try to offload quickly. The team that makes the touch has to get back 5 metres before they can make another touch. After 6 touches to a team, there's a changeover. There's also a changeover if the ball touches the ground. The other thing you'll find out about touch football when you start playing is that it's a whole lot of fun. Go and have a try.
Coach, naka-mute ka po.
Ayan. Hello. Okay na. So again, hopefully nakapag-take down notes. So yung goal ng laro is to score by placing the ball with downward pressure on or behind the opposing score line or goal line or try line. So maraming variation yung tawag. Pero more or less, nonetheless, ang goal ng laro is to put down the ball with intention and with control beyond the score line or by the score line or on the score line of the opposing team. Okay? So yun yung nakikita nyo doon sa video na binababa yung bola. Right? So other things that we must take note of. So again, 6 players per team. These are the things that can be easily modified. We can start by 3-on-3, 4-on-4, depending dun sa space, sa number of players, and kung gano'n natin kakaya i-manage yung game, yung PE class. Right? Again, unlimited substitution. Player can just go out and then another player can just come in to play actively and be a participant of the sport. You can only pass the ball sidewards or backwards. I think this is one of the challenges na kailangan i-unlearn. Because most of the sport that we play, ang tendency is to move forward beyond the defense and then dun makuha yung bola. So very much ang tendency natin from the traditional sports that we have is to pass the ball forward. But for this sport, it's a very new, you can only pass the ball sidewards or backwards. And then when the player with the ball is touched, that player must put the ball down and step over it. Then a teammate will then pick up the ball and that teammate will be, let's call that it a half para mas madaling matandaan. And then on defense, while this is happening, when the player with the ball is touched, they have to retreat or go back 7 meters from where the touch is made. So saan nangyari yung touch, they need to go back about 7 meters to from where the touch is made or where the referee is. And then if the half gets touched, it will result to a changeover. And the offense has 6 touches to try and score a point. After 6 touches, it will be a changeover. So these are generally the rules. Diba? Napaka-unti niya lang. And to review, to summarize it, again, you can only pass backwards. If you pass forward, it's a penalty. So magkakaroon ng changeover. Another team will take control of the ball and will be on the offense na. And then if you get touched with the ball, you have to put the ball on the ground and step over it. Possible scenario, if you get touched and then you pass the ball, it's a penalty again. It's called the touch pass or a late pass. And then it will also result to a changeover, thus resulting to the defensive team having the ball and being on the offense. And then again, once the person who has the ball gets touched, he will put down the ball and then a teammate will pick up the ball as the half and that half should try the pass quickly. Bakit? Because as the half, he is not allowed to score and when he gets touched, it will also result to a changeover. And then the team that makes the touch has to get back 7 meters before they can make another touch. So this is what we call an onside, yung going back 7 meters. So if the defense failed to go back 7 meters, it will result to a penalty, so called an offside, and then the offense will have a new set of 6 touches. And then after 6 touches to a team, there's a changeover. And then one last point, a ball can touch the ground. So if it does, it's a changeover. So pag pinasa, hindi na salo, nalaglag yung bola sa ground, it will result to a changeover. So palit na ng possession. Okay, so basically, these are the basic rules of the game. It's about 6 points. 7, kung lalagay natin yung field size and number of players. But again, that rule is very much adjustable. So these are the basic rules of the game. Okay, so I want to show another video para lang mas makita natin yung dynamics ng laro, gano'n siya kabilis. This is highlights reel of the team that I currently play in, which is Manila Pirates. And ayan. So para mas makita nyo, this was the tournament back in September. Touch September. I'm not mistaken. Venue was in University of Makati.
I am the fire, you'll feel my flame. I never tire, don't feel no pain. 'Cause I know you don't have what it takes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. So try your luck, give me all you got. Only need one shot. So come and get it, so come and get it. So try your luck, give me all you got. Only need one shot. So come and get it, so come and get it. I am the fire, you know my name. You toil and tumble, you play your games. 'Cause I know you don't have what it takes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. I'll build an empire from your mistakes. So try your luck, give me all you got. Only need one shot. So come and get it, so come and get it. So try your luck, give me all you got. Only need one shot. So come and get it, so come and get it. Only need one shot. So come and get it. So try your luck. So try your luck. So come and get it. Give me all you got. So come and get it. Only need one shot. So come and get it. So come and get it.
Again, those are quick highlights of our team back at September tournament. So kung mapapansin nyo, doon na-apply yung mga nakita yung rules. We can't pass forward kapag na-touch, bababa yung bola, and then may pupulot na ka-teammate, and then yung ka-teammate na usually papasa na mabilis to another player. And then defense, once you make a touch, kailangan umatras. So those are some of the rules. Okay, so again, I want to go back here. Why teach touch? So the required dun skill level, easy to teach. Pinakita ko naman yung number of rules na meron. It's just a very few. Hindi siya maintindihan and can be easily adjustable, and the game will still make sense. Right? Some sport kasi pag tinanggal niya ibang rules, parang hirap niyang intindihin na. But with touch, by removing or adjusting some rules, the game will still make sense. And it's very easy, di ba? Paano makascore? Kailangan mo lang makarating beyond the scoreline ng kalaban and then put down the ball. Right? Hindi technical of shooting, of kicking the ball. It's just holding the ball and running, basically, passing and then catching the ball. So I think, and skill level-wise, yung required na skill sa kanya, it's very few and can be easily taught para yung mga students natin can enjoy the game. Right? Minimal equipment yung kailangan. We just need the ball, few cones or markers, and the space to play. and use space to play. If you don't have a field, you can use basketball court, which is what we also use kapag umulan and we can't use the field. We adjust, right? So if you don't have a field to play, adjust it. Kung saan meron, kung anong available na space, use that, right? And wala namang ring na kailangan, walang goal na kailangan. You just need a few markers and a ball to be able to start to play. And then, easy to modify. Madali siyang i-adjust. Yung nga binabanggit ko kanina, and open substitution. Everyone can join. Kung mapapansin niyo yung game kanina, it's composed of men's and women's, right? And hindi malaki yung disparity. Hindi malaki yung disadvantage if you're a woman or if you're a man to a certain sport. Right? It's very much equals level playing field. And I think those kind of things are makes a sport very nice to add to our PE curriculum. Right? And kung mapapansin nyo, nakita ko kanina dun sa mga answer, are needs as something that is Philippines culture-wise na integrated, di ba? In Lourdes School of Mandaluyong, something that we are asked as teachers is to integrate different subjects. And with this sport, kung mapapansin nyo, kung nakita nyo dun sa laro, ano yung sport or Filipino game na very similar to it? And this is also how we sometimes describe touch, which is it's like patentero with the ball or mataya-taya with the ball. Very easy to integrate dun sa mga Filipino games na meron tayo. Right? So magandang maituro natin siya, may pass on to our students or to the next generation. Yung mga larong yon. Right? And this can be easily integrated. Kasi ganun yung idea ng laro eh. Ganun siya laruan. And how to teach touch. So these are just suggestions on how to handle a touch PE class. Right? As I mentioned, phase 1, let the student get a feel of the ball. This is very much different doon sa nakasanayan nilang bolang bilog. It's oblong. Right? And when it bounces, it doesn't just, medyo unpredictable kung saan yung bagsak niya. No, wala namang bonus yon kung paano maintindihan yung talbog ng bola. But it's different. So let our student get a feel of the ball. Start with a modified game or siguro in between phase 1 and phase 2. Of course, mahalaga yung maturo natin yung rules. Right? And then we start with a modified game. Say, okay lang matouch yung half. Ang mahalaga lang i-input natin is bawal magpasa forward. And then kapag na-touch, kailangan ibaba yung ball, then may pick up. Right? Let's start there. And then yung defense, of course, we need to bring them back yung para maging onside. And then we slowly add the rules na yung half, kailangan ipasa agad, and so on and so forth. And then there are many driving patterns. In this sport, mahalaga yung teamwork, yung communication. And that is something that we get our students to improve on. Right? So adding this, so teaching them simple plays and drives is very important. And then, of course, later on, we introduce advanced play or scoreline plays or different defensive patterns na nakakatulong. Right? So, and so usually this how I start teaching my students on playing touch. First, we just run with the ball. Hawak nila yung bola, and then these are a few coaching points. Holding the ball with 2 hands, putting a lower center of gravity when they're changing their direction. And then, of course, the skills and fitness components na improve nila when they do this activity, we must also highlight, which is speed and agility, handling an object while running, spatial recognition na hindi sila bumabangga or hindi nila nasisipa yung phone. They can change direction swiftly. So, yeah. So those are simple activities. And these are also the activities that ideally we will do in Baguio come December 1. Ano ba? I think day 1 now. So December 1. Right? And of course, this as well, changing direction ng mas malaki. So, say this blue person or yung may hawak na person and this represented by this blue ball will go doon sa yellow, sa white cones and then going back doon sa yellow cones naman. Right? And then kasabay niyan yung yellow person, doon naman siya sa yellow cones then pabalik doon sa white. Right? So again, changing direction, running around the cone, those are some coaching points. Holding the ball with 2 hands. And of course, yung idea na hindi nila mababangga yung person na tumatakbo din. Diba? Sometimes, these skills, hindi na nade-develop ng mga bata because of the advent ng gadgets and they don't usually play outside. Also, yung outside kasi hindi na rin ganun ka hindi na yung streets hindi na as open, di ba? So these skills na pag tumatakbo sila hindi sila basta bumabangga, makakaiwas sila. Those are, I think, essential skills na natututunan nila by learning this sport. Right? So from running with the ball, the next activity that I usually give, which can also serve as a mastery test, is having two players. Yung yellow will serve as defense and then blue will serve as offense. So imagine the blue, this blue person or the student will be holding the ball, run to the 5 meter, there's a blue cone. And then ang idea niya is to just get past the defender and be able to score beyond the yellow cone. Okay? So yun yung mga setup na napakadali. And with just this 10 by 10 meter na space, you will be able to have an activity na incorporated dito sa sport na to. So I think that's very essential. Right? So from running with the ball, add natin ang skill by passing the ball. So just static passes, make the students fall in line and then let them pass the ball left to right. Adding siguro calling the person who you will pass the ball to, which is a form of developing their communication. Right? So these are simple activity. Something that I do in terms of passing the ball. So pabilisan, 2 groups, 3 groups. After they pass, they go to the other side. Right? So lagyan natin ng pointer. Again, from one side, after nila magpasa, they'll just go to the other end. And then, tuloy-tuloy lang yung pasa. So from point A to point B, paunahan yung dalawa or tatlong teams. Right? So that's how I usually do this passing the ball drill. And then, adjusting the direction para hindi sila magpasa forward, di ba, passing the ball backward. You can also start by letting them jog forward and then passing the ball palikod, backwards or sidewards. So these are, again, some activities that I usually do to introduce the sport to my students, which more or less these are the activities as well that we will be doing in Baguio. So again, these are the phases, and ideally, we teach phase 1 to phase 3, grade 7 to 8, by teaching them the basic skills and by teaching them the basic rules, right? And then by grade 9, ideally, we add the rules, we teach them how to officiate the game. And unlike any other sport, this game, yung referee, sobrang tumatakbo din. The referee is really within the play, right? It's not like yung other sports na nasa gilid lang yung referee and just waiting for something to happen. Right? With this, the referee will be moving along with the play more often than not, or if not all the time. Right? And then by grade 10, where we teach in tactics and strategies, so tuturuan na natin sila ng drives, plays, and defensive patterns and such. So ideally, that's the progression. And then, so how do we implement it to our school? There are 2 options. First option is, by year 1, let's just add it to our grade 7. Kung possible man to, diba? And then by year 2, since naturuan na natin yung basic, we add it to the next level and so on and so forth. Then option B, adding it to all year level and giving the provision of teaching the rules and rushing some skills to cover all teaching objectives. Kasi ideally, by grade 7 to 8, it's skills. By grade 9, officiating. And then grade 10, it would be skills and strategies and tactics. Yun yung ideally, well, DepEd.Ph program that we usually also apply, and we usually union teaching objectives natin, right? So these are 2 possible options on how we can implement it to your school, right? And again, what is TAP's goal? Ano ba yung goal of Touch Association Pilipinas? And I think this is any goal of national organization for any sport, any upcoming sport, which is to, right, promote the sport. This is the mission of Touch Association Pilipinas. Kind of a bit long. You can read it. Pero ang pinakamahalaga lang naman talaga dyan is to promote touch football. Right? Why we have this activity and why we are very much grateful to 1PhysEd to initiating this program and the programs that they have is to promote this upcoming sport. Right? Kasi ano ba yung ultimate goal of the PE program? It is to develop our students, our learners, to be lifelong fitness enthusiasts. Diba? Lifelong fitness or be physically fit, physically active, lifelong. Na kahit matanda na sila, kahit hindi na sila nag-aaral, meron pa rin silang mga activity that will make them healthy. Na yung mga activity to be healthy, they put importance to it. And adding an avenue, a new sport, will never harm that goal. Will only add to that goal to develop learners who promote lifelong fitness. Right? So that's the mission of Touch Football as well, to share this to different schools. Ideally, di ba, ma-develop siya to a sport that we play nationally sa palarong pambansa, and then at the end of it, to promote as well the sport, the level of the players that we have. And we can only do that by adding more players to it, and the best way to do it is through introducing it to your schools, to different schools. So our best scenario, this how we envision it, right? For you to be able to adapt this program in your PE program, right? Ayan. Huwag nyo napansinin yung nakasulat, di ko pala napalitan. Again, to teach this in your PE program, develop it as a club, and then make it a varsity program. Huwag nyo napansinin, nasa ano kasi yan? Nasa, and pagpasensya na nyo nakasulat na Jupiter, Mercury, at Venus. Okay? And then, our support, that what we can give you, we cannot promise this yet fully, but this is the goal of the association, our national organization. We are already building it up to be this. We are very much willing to provide the trainings to teach you how to be able to effectively teach this sport. Right? This is a good initiative. This is a step forward to it. Partnering with 1PhysEd. And then, of course, partnering for equipment. Though minimal naman equipment, bola, and a few cones, I think we can also help in that, right? By supplying the school with the necessary equipment. Again, no promises yet, but this is what we are trying to do in the background as a national, as the sports organization, or national organization for touch. And then, of course, by creating more tournaments for our school, for our clubs to participate in. Kasi yun naman yung ultimate goal, di ba? Aside from matutunan nila ito, to be able to play it in a semi-competitive scenario. Right? At kung ma-enjoy nila, matuloy-tuloy nila yun, and eventually, i-add din nila, ituro na rin nila sa iba. Right? So this is the support that we can give. A previous slide is our scenario, or our best scenario. Again, for you to be able to add this to your PE program, hopefully add it to as an extracurricular club, and then eventually having a varsity team from your school who will be playing in tournaments, right? Maganda siguro. Currently, we only have school league, or the league that we have, Manila Touch League. Very few schools pa lang yung sumasali, right? And most of them are college schools or universities. And we want to add more schools to that. So mas malaki yung community, mas maraming schools to participate in. I think that would create a better tournament as well, and a better touch for the Philippines. Right? So again, thank you very much. We'll proceed on to the offer forum. Again, thank you very much, 1PhysEd, for this opportunity. And thank you all for participating, for the people here in Zoom, the people watching in YouTube, and the people who will also play this live recording afterwards. Right?
All right. So let's move forward to our, grabe, ang ganda ng sport, grabe. Parang nakakaano siya, parang yung takot, yung gusto mo mag-rugby pero takot ka mahawakan agad. Di ba, siyempre, pag sinasabi.
Perfect yung description
diba?
na yan. Napakaganda ng description na yan.
Ako kasi, personally, for me also, mahilig nga ako sa sports, pero ayoko nung, yun like, for example, basketball, ayoko muna makisabay dun sa mga basketball players na super intense na. like I like the concept of like, running and then shooting the ball. Pero yung type na you're getting into that higher competitive stage na kailangan mo ng mag-intentional foul para lang maano yung, alam mo, ayoko nung gano'n, like, pwede mo maglaro lang tayo peacefully, gano'n. Yung block volleyball. Kaya, yeah, pero touch rugby gives you, for the students na ayaw masyado ng super physikalan, like it gives them an opportunity na ma-experience yung level of fitness na nakukuha ng mga tao sa rugby and even the American football variation. Pero, hindi sila like at risk na, baka masaktan ako, babangga ako, mga tackle ako, or whatever, gano'n. So, parang it gives them a leeway na parang, okay, pwede naman pala yun, or like that. Kasi, like, lalo ngayon, sumisikat ngayon yung mga sports like the ultimate frisbee and the other sports like them na yung non-contact para sa mga, parang may trending na yung mga friends ko na medyo introvert, mas gusto nila ng ganong sports. Kaysa dun sa, di ba, yung isang introvert friend, ayaw talaga niya actually kahit volleyball, ayaw niya. Kasi nga masyado daw, like ang taas daw ng expectation, gano'n, parang gano'n yung mga iniisip nila. But at least these kind of sports that are really innovative and gives more opportunity, mas inclusive siya kumbaga, para sa akin in my perspective, mas nagiging inclusive siya. Kasi hindi kailangan, parang wala masyadong kailangan patunayan agad yung mga bata or kahit yung mga tao na gusto siyang itry. Kasi nga, parang pag tinignan mo talaga yung mechanics at the same time yung level of fitness na kailangan to engage in that sport, hindi kailangan na sobrang galing mo na agad or whatever. Hindi kailangan athlete ka na or talagang may experience ka na sa sports in the past. So parang very inclusive siya for me. Yung mga lalo na yung mga bagong sports game na mas nagiging open yung world ng sports sa kanila, and it makes more people attracted to the world of fitness. Ayan. So para naman sa ating mga nasa Zoom, do you have questions so far? All about our touch rugby, or meron kayong mga additional na gusto pang insights na ipasok para sa ating session for today? Ayan, ang basahin ko pa lang yung mga thank you sir for another sport. Thanks you sir. Thank you so much Coach Cholo for sharing expertise on this kind of sport. Great learning indeed. So it's isa rin sa mga inspiration na nabibigay nito Coach ay, alam mo yon, marami nagkalat ang iba-ibang klaseng sports diyan. And I've been saying this to a lot of my students and even my colleagues na palagi na lang tayo nag-stay sa basketball, volleyball. Di ba parang sa curriculum natin, team sports, palagi na lang basketball, volleyball, ulit-ulit na lang, basketball na naman, volleyball na naman, ulit na naman. Alam mo yan, like, hindi nga siya, like, oo, sige, masaya yung basketball, volleyball, pero, like, meron pa namang iba. Like, there are over 1,000 sports in the whole world. Like, and siguro, nasa sa atin din mga teachers yon to open up these other opportunities to the students. And siguro sa atin and ourselves, like, how Coach Cholo courageously introduced this into his school. Siguro it's high time for us also teachers na, alam mo yun, kung ano man yung mga madidiscover natin na parang interested din tayo sa sport na yun, pero takot tayo i-introduce kasi nga baka hindi patok sa school natin or hindi tayo payagan ng kung sino. Slowly but surely, katulad ng ginawa ni Coach Cholo, and slowly but surely, in-establish niya yung touch rugby sa school niya. And tinan nyo, nakalaban pa sa labas ng bansa. So, ganun din sa inyo. Kung ano man yung yung talagang nafe-feel nyo at maganda naman yung intention nyo para sa mga kids natin, why not courageously step forward and introduce this into your schools? Kasi we do not know, you may change one child's life dahil lang ayaw niya ng basketball, ayaw niya ng volleyball. Malay mo, itong ibang sports like the touch rugby, na makapagbago sa buhay niya at mas maging fit siya dahil sa iyo. Okay? So, yun lang naman yung mga natin. So, yun.
Just to share an experience with when I introduced this sport. So, mga third year na siya pinayagan to be added dun sa PE program or mga second year. Anyway, so nung napayagan na siya, we have a student na talagang hindi nagpa-participate dun sa PE. May mga ganun talaga di ba? Na pag hindi nila gusto yung activity, hindi sila mag-join.
Yes.
But when I introduced this sport, so since lahat bago, todo sali siya kasi feeling niya he can,
Ah,
may mako-contribute siya dun sa sport eh. So, sali siya, ganyan. And usually sa school kasi namin, sa Lourdes, is after 2 quarters, nagpapalit ng PE teacher. So, second quarter ko hawak siya. Pagdating ng third quarter, so balik na naman doon sa usual na mga sport. Medyo hindi naman siya nagpa-participate. So, ang laki ng grade na gap. So, ang hirap ipaliwanag na, well, in-participate yung bata kasi bago yung sport. And I think that is an advantage of adding a new sport to our school. Diba? May mabago
Yes.
silang matutunan. And I think kahit anong bago, it has pros and cons. Yung cons niya is it will definitely have some resistance. Kasi una, yung school, dagdag gastos yan. Wala tayong equipment dyan. Diba? Yung mga ganong cons. Or na-establish na natin na ito yung tinuturo natin. Or pwede rin na cons na yung program kasi natin set to support the varsity program. Wala naman tayong varsity program yan. Right? But how can we start? How can we add? And yung pros naman niya, aside dun sa mga cons na yan, again, it will be very inclusive. Again, as you've mentioned, it can add an opportunity to those students na hindi pa nahahanap yung place nila in this fitness world, di ba? In this different sports that we have. So, yan lang. Nakakatawa lang na i-share.
Yan. Highlight ko lang yan sa resistance. Talagang mataas yan, lalo na sa mga shoutout sa mga taga-DepEd dyan. Yan. Siyempre, yung curriculum, diba? For example, nasa grade 9 ako. So, meron na kaming 4 years na nandun, may mga tenured na, may mga patanda na sa akin. Like, ayaw na nilang galawin yun. Yun na yung tinuturo nila for the longest time. So, ikaw na bago, syempre may resistant talaga pag may sinuggest ka na bago. Ganun. And also sa fitness program ng school din. Pero, if you're really into it, gusto mo talaga, gagawa ka talaga ng paraan. Like how like in my side, diba? How I do it. Like, for example, for me, sa akin, ilang schools na yung pinagdaanan kong private schools, palagi ako nag-i-introduce ng folk dance at the same time ng color guarding with the drop and line and everything. Marami akong school na sinubukan na magtayo ng arts guild, and ngayon nasa public school ako, na siya, nag-push through na siya. So talagang, na talaga yan, ikaw yan kung sino susuko, yung passion mo ba o ikaw? Yung dalawa yun.
Agree.
Kung sino una mong susukuan, yung passion mo o yung sarili mo susukuan mo ba? So, doon din tayo talaga kasi nga, ang dami na naging speaker dito sa 1PhysEd. At isa lang talaga ang palagi nagpapa-remind sa atin sa lahat na nagiging speakers natin na very inspirational. Hindi nila binatawan yung passion nila towards whatever they want. Kung sportsman yan, dance, or whatever, fitness, research, curriculum, hindi nila binitawan hanggat hindi nila na isa-send yung message nila. Kasi hindi naman para sa atin lang yun Para yun sa future ng ating mga students when it comes to fitness and physical education. Ayan. So yun, let's just, for our next part, wala na ata mga tanong.
May tanong dito, where can we experience or play the sport?
Merong, in line with that, coach, meron bang like official na so far na organization ang Touch Rugby sa Philippines so far?
Yes, it's currently Touch Association Pilipinas, or TAP, as I've mentioned. Yun yung national organization that we have here. Okay?
Ayan. So, siguro
tuloy ko na rin to answer the question kung saan yung mga laro at yung mga activities.
Saan yung mga laro? Yeah.
Yes. So currently, the only open play that we have na sineset up pa is organized by a small group, Manila Touch Rugby, yung pangalan ng group nila, and they are hosting an open play in I think British School Manila. That will be every Wednesday night. Pero siguro this will happen in 2 weeks' time. We'll just announce it as well in collaboration with 1PhysEd as well, para sa mga participants who would be interested in this sport. Right? Currently, the activities that we have right now, last Saturday, we officially started the Manila Touch League. So, ang mga participant natin doon is for the Women's League, our international schools and clubs composed of young professionals, expats. We also have a participant from a small organization as well na sumali doon sa Women's League. And then for our Men's League, we have University of Makati as participant. I think they're the only schools, and then the rest would be, again, small clubs and organizations composed of young professionals, expats. So yun yung mga composition ng teams natin in the Manila Touch League. Right?
Ayan. Follow-up question, Coach. How about yung mga outside Manila daw? Like may available
Ayan.
naman na like contacts, regional contacts to like, you know, kung ano, magpapabigay lang sila for example ng gusto nilang magpa-seminar sa school nila outside Metro Manila. Ayun, pwede kaya yun?
And so far, wala pa. So we are a small community or a small group dun sa national organization. But if you are interested on hosting an event to teach people this sport, we are very much willing to support you. Kung paano siya gagawin, ano yung mga kailangan natin to make it happen. Kasi yun naman yung ultimate goal, di ba? For this sport to reach lahat ng sulok ng Pinas.
Yes, yun eh.
Right?
Yan. So, syempre, Miss Jenny, tanongin Miss Jenny, is this game going to be played at the National Court? Yes, magsawa kayo doon. Magsawa kayo sa buong isa't kalahating sobrang oras na nandun tayo. Magsawa kayong maglaro doon. Yes.
Ayan. Yung goal talaga natin, maglaro doon. Pero
yes, kaya
tayo may pre-convention para ituro yung the rules. Pinakita ko na rin actually yung mga gagawin natin more or less. And then, doon natin tutuloy ito in Baguio. Diba? In the ski of time.
Yes. Very flipped classroom ang ginawa natin ngayong araw lang ito. Yan. Ano muna? Content online, then practical, face-to-face, diretso. Okay? So, yun po. Ayan. So, ayun. Siyempre, Coach Cholo, maraming salamat dyan. I will just show first our promotions for our convention. Coach Mark, Sir Mark. Ayan, syempre. Nandito pa rin ang ating premium membership at ang ating lifetime premium membership with certificate and ID, which is pwede mong gamitin taon-taon. Actually, para sa mga nagpaparenew palagi ng CPT, being a part of a professional organization which is PRC accredited is like around 10 points, or I mean 10 to 15 points para sa inyong renewal ng units. Okay? So kaya maganda yan. Isipin mo, lifetime member ka na ng 1PhysEd, kada 3 years mo nagre-renew. Meron ka ng naka-alat na time in agad na meron ka ng units aside sa ating 8 points na mga workshops. Okay? So, syempre, meron certificate, ID, at ang ating website na sobrang ganda na may digital library. Meron kayo unlimited access doon pag ikaw ay premium member. At pwede ka palang makakuha pa ng premium webinars na pwede maging certificate. At syempre, nandun karamihan kadalasan ng mga CPD, magiging CPD, magiging. Okay? Magiging CPD accredited na mga webinars natin. Yun ay nasa loob ng premium digital library natin na pwede nyo anytime napuntahan at panoorin at meron lang kayong output na isasubmit through online at makakuha na kayo ng certificate. Ganon. Of course, you can have also direct engagement with us, the facilitators, and like Coach Cholo and yung ating mga naging partners na so far. Meron kayong magiging mga direct contacts with them, pero pag meron kayong gusto mga projects na related to their expertise, you are also qualified to apply sa 1PhysEd.Ph ambassador, like our ambassadors here. Yes, hello po sa inyo. And you have a 1PhysEd.Ph professional badge, research studies presentation, and papers presentation for national and international conferences. Katulad ng katatapos lang na pag-present ng ating founder na si Coach JR sa IOHSK and ating mga partners pa kung saan-saan. And discounts in partner industries and programs, which ang dami-dami nating partner industries ngayon. So magpaparating na convention. And of course, katulad ng sinabi ni Coach Cholo, you can also have a school P and sports program consultation. Next slide, Coach. Ayan. And of course, we would like to announce na meron po tayong bagong partner ngayon sa ating sublimation shirt. Yes. Ang ating Defy Athletics. Ayan. So, sobrang ganda po ng mga designs nila. At syempre, katulad ng mga aming nakaraang partners sa ating mga shirts, sobrang ganda ng quality. And masabi sa amin sa inyo na sobrang, nakakayaman siyang tingnan. Yes. Nakakayaman siyang tingnan. Ako, pag pumupunta ako ng school at suot ko ang sublimation shirt ng 1PhysEd.Ph, gandang-ganda sila. To the point, guys, na ginaya nila yung design. na gusto nilang gayahin yung design para dun sa sublimation shirt na pinapagawa namin sa department. Ganon kaganda ang ating mga sublimation shirts. Kaya ko sa inyo, i-avail nyo siya. And of course, as usual, ang proceeds ng ating sublimation shirt ay pangtulong sa ating mga aspiring physical educators, specifically at our BPED students, kung ano man ang kanilang kailangan na help. Next, Coach. And of course, the National Physical Education Teachers Convention sa Teachers Camp Baguio City, Cordillera Administrative Region from December 1 to 3, 2022 with the theme Cultivating the Philippine Physical Education Community into Greater Heights. Ayan, so ang dami po nating partners. Sobra. Kaya ako sa inyo, galingan nyo ako sa inyo, mag-invite pa kayo at magsama at ngayon pala magsimula na kayo mag-impact. And of course, if you have, kung meron pa kayong inquiries and meron pa kayong mga tanong, you can connect with us with our various contact media, social media, and our email. And we are on WhatsApp for direct contact on our mobile number. Ayun lang. So, kung wala na po kayong mga katanungan at wala po kayong mga follow-up, congratulations po para sa mga buena manong nakatapos ngayon ng ating webinar. Palakpakan po sila. Yan, sigurado pagdating yung December 1 to 3, sigurado ako, G kayong laruin ang touch rugby natin. Yes. So abangan niyo pa po ang ating ibang mga pre-convention webinar sa mga paparating na linggo. Alam ko may mga naka-line up po tayo para nga pagdating po doon sa ating National Teachers Pre-Convention ay tayo ay handang-handa na para puro practical na lang po tayo. Ayan. So kung ano pa yung tanong, kung pwede po, I may request everyone to turn on our cameras for our photo opportunity. Ayan, nasa na tayo? Ayan. Pwede, wait lang. Coach. Coach, ano po ba? Naka-turn on na yan. Turn on na yung permissions. Let's go. Ayan. Grabe. Yan yung mga mukhang excited para sa December 1 to 3. Nakita niyo yun. Alalahanin nyo na yung mga mukhang nandito kasi yun yung mga makikita nyo doon. sila din yung makikita nyo doon. Ayan, syempre. Si Sir Julie Barrett tsaka yung mga kasama niya from Northern Samar. Babiyahe pa mula Samar pa Baguio. Isipin nyo nga yun. Pero meron tayo dito taga Mindanao. Galing Mindanao from Cotabato. From Cotabato, diretso hanggang Baguio. Kaya, it's very exciting talaga. Super. Ayan. So, pwede na po ba akong kumuha ng picture? Habol pa po ba iba? Let's go po. Ready po? 1, 2, and 3. Smile. Isa pa po. Kuha pa po ako ng isang click button. Wait lang. Isa-send ko po muna ito sa... Ayan. Isa pa pong litrato. Nakasama po ako. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Ayan. So thank you very much everyone for attending our pre-convention webinar. We'll see you next. I will just give you an update kung kailan na susunod na pre-convention webinar na susunod para sa isa pang ating session dun sa ating teachers convention. And definitely we are very excited to see everyone. Please pray for a good weather as always kasi alam natin pag Disyembre ay medyo kung G tayong gumala, yung mga bagyo G din gumala sa Pilipinas. So magdasal po tayong lahat na maganda ang magiging panahon para ma-maximize po natin yung space natin sa teacher camp. Okay, so this has been Mr. John Jaco Y. Figuracion together with Sir Mark Go saying break the limits and go beyond. See you! Bye! Ayan, para po sa tanong may certificate. Yung certificate po dito kasama na po sa convention natin kasi this is part of our convention. Itong ito pong webinar na ito. Yan lang po. Bye po sa inyo lahat. You can end na po, Sir Mark.